Hello there, Keaggy fans. Since everybody seems to have been posting videos of maybe their favorite licks of Phil's and how to play them, I thought that I would do the same thing. I've been following Phil for years. I know a ton of his songs and have just spent hours and hours and hours figuring out how he does what he does. So here's one of my favorites. Now it takes it takes a lot of left and right hand coordination because the hands, while with guitar, they're always doing something completely different. With this one, they're really doing something completely different. It's kind of an unprecedented guitar move. It's very hard to learn. It looks deceptively easy, but I'm telling you, it's hard because there's a lot that goes into it. And so I just wanted to help you out to figure out how to do it. So here's how it goes. So you got to make sure you have, if you're going to use a pick, and he does it both ways, and he gets different tones depending on which way he does it. Also, this lick will sound different depending on if you have hair or not. And in just a moment, you'll see why. So anyway, one of the licks he does, he takes his pick in his right hand, and then he takes his left hand, and he puts it on top of his head, like this. And if you look, I got my pick on my 6th string, and then he does this. Now that's slowed down so that you could see it and see how it's done. Let me do it a little faster. See how that works? Even faster. So the real point here is that you got to have coordination between the left hand and the right hand. If you get your hands uncoordinated, it will look completely wrong and completely out of sync. See, that doesn't look realistic at all. And you can tell that I don't know what I'm doing when I do it that way. But if you do it in sync, see, that looks real, because it is real. That is a Phil Keaggy lick right there. Now you can put your pick down if you want, and you can use your nail. A little different tone. And depending on where you pick along the string, if you go towards the middle of the string, it's a little bit thuddier sound. If you go towards the bridge, it's a lot more bright and a little more strident. So it just depends on the tone you want to get. Now if you use just the flesh, it's very muted. Now I mentioned earlier this lick sounds different depending on whether you have hair or not. I obviously really don't have much. And he doesn't either. So the way I do it sounds just like Phil. Just like every other lick that he does, I do that sounds just like him. That's a no-brainer right there. But if you got a lot of hair, when you do this, it's going to sound a little bit different. I hope that this has helped you in your quest to sound like Phil Keaggy, because it was very important when I learned it. It was like a revelation to me one day when I figured out how to do it and to make it right. Enjoy.